Hello and welcome to the next Lukozer retro game review video. And for this one we're still doing the old arcade coin-op games. This is Gradius, or Nemesis as it was known, certainly in the UK, possibly further afield. But this was the first of the Gradius series. Now I plan on doing all of the coin-op Gradius games. Unfortunately, Gradius 5 never appeared as a coin-op, so I can't do that one, which is a bit of a pisser actually, because it looks okay, even if it does also look ridiculously hard. The other thing is I've already done Gradius 2, which was Vulcan Venture, so they are going to be a bit out of order. After this will be Gradius 3, so you'll have to go back to Vulcan Venture if you want to catch the review of that one. I suspect that I did that review long before I had any regular viewers, so I dare say most people have missed that one, which is probably well, I don't know if it's a good thing or not, but well, at least it means I haven't got to go through the agony of reviewing Vulcan Venture again anyway. However, it does mean I have some painful gaming experiences ahead of me. Anyway, so this was the game that started pretty much the whole thing of collecting power-ups and that to improve your ship whilst making your way through the horizontal scrolling shoot 'em up. And back in the day I used to play this quite a lot. I haven't played it for quite some time now, and despite the amount that I did used to play it, I was never that great at it. The best I ever did was getting part way through level 4. But in order to do that, I used up an enormous amount of luck getting myself through level 3. Level 3 is horrendously difficult. But the way I'm playing this game now, I'll probably be lucky to get past level 2, let alone you know, actually get, well, anywhere near level 4. If I can make it to the boss of level 2, I'll consider myself doing well. So anyway, I'm sure you don't need much of an introduction to this game, not least because you've seen, you know, how it plays from the attract mode. So you pick up the red glowing whatever you call them, and they then combine to select what power up you want. Speed up is self-explanatory. In fact, they're all pretty self-explanatory. Speed up improves the speed at your ship, and believe me, you fucking need them at the start. Your ship barely fucking moves. Next is missile. It's more useful in some levels than others. Next is double, which I never use. That gives you a second shot which fires at 45 degrees upwards, but it also means that your shot rate slows down. Next is laser, which is what this ship is using in this display mode here, so it gives you this concentrated beam which just blasts through everything. Next is multiple, or option, if depending on which version of Gradius you're playing, which provides these glowing orbs that follow you around, and they will fire an additional missile and laser blast. After that comes force field, and you know, do you need me to explain what a force field is? So let's bung a credit in and hope for the fucking best, really. Oh yeah, I forgot the usual introduction. So this was released by Konami in 1985. Right, there you go. Let's get this over and done with. Right. Now I've actually configured this to play the same way that the arcade machine I used to play this regularly in Southend did, which is that the fire button fires both your main shot and your missile. I just find it a lot easier. it's a, you know, a big enough headache having to remember 2 buttons, let alone 3. I am making a bit of a fuck up of this, but then, hey, why break the habit of a fucking lifetime? Alright, so we'll grab the old laser. I like to get a multiple before I get the laser, but I don't have that luxury right now. Now the levels are quite well designed insofar as the more power-ups and that you get, the more difficult it becomes. So the challenge is theoretically kept the same. So you know, if I didn't have any power-ups at all, these wouldn't be firing as much as they are now, and I've fucking left a load of them behind. I've got my multiple. And likewise, if I had more multiples and, you know, various other fucking extras, they would be firing even more frantically at me. So anyway, we got through there, now we are approaching the boss. The boss in Nemesis is always the same, it's the same old ship, but you'll get these little sequences before the actual boss ship shows up. Here it is. So you've got to shoot it through the centre and try to destroy the core. If you don't do it in time, the core part shuts down and then you've got to wait for it to basically bugger off. But I destroyed it, so here we go. So I need one more for a second multiple, which I've now got. Now I say these levels are going to be pretty tough because of how well I am doing as far as the extra fire and firepower and that from all the other power-ups that I've picked up. This level now will start to scroll vertically as well as horizontally. This is going to be tricky. I actually do better on this level if I don't have so many power-ups. But yeah, I know it doesn't sound right, but that is the case. It is. I've now got all 4 multiples. You can't have more than 4. So this is going to be tough. Getting through this part is the tricky part, but I have done it. This is now turning into a fairly decent go, but this part here is going to be relentless. Jesus fuck yeah. So I've now lost every single power up. I think I may have, no, I don't have a speed up. I've got fuck all. So I've got the missile back, but yeah, now I've got to try and get through this area with, well, a speed up and a missile. It means it won't be quite so ludicrously hard, but it also means that if I manage to get through here, I've got fuck all with which to try and progress through level 3. Which will make getting through level 3 a thankless task, if ever there was one. Anyway, here's the ship. I'm definitely not going to fucking shoot my way through fucking all these barriers to the core there, so I'm basically going to have to just hang around and wait for it to time out, which it will do. So the core is still blue, so oh fucking hell. Now it's gone grey, so now it's going to self-destruct. There we go. So we're on to level 3, which, well, I didn't think I was going to do it, and yet I've done it on my first fucking attempt. So I suppose I should be happy about that. But I've got fuck all in the way of weapons. So here we go then with this bastard level, with the old Easter Island type heads. Just constantly firing these fucking... Oh, fucking hell! It's me using a fucking Xbox 360 controller, so I'm playing this with a fucking analog controller, which is a really smart fucking move. But the game is a bit tetchy at the best of times, so I can't really play it with keyboard. Fucking yes, alright. What the fuck are you supposed to do to go through that lot? Fuck off! How the fuck am I supposed to get through that? So anyway, let's get on with the fucking, fucking what a load of shite. Well, anyway, I got the level 3, so there you go. As I say, that's where I usually did with apart from that one go when I managed to get to fucking level 4. I managed it once. So, right, let's get on with the review. Graphically, it's fine. It looks great for a 1985 game, although after doing Space Harrier, which came out the same year, a few people would say, nah, this looks fucking basic and shit. To them I say it is not, it's not that. It's not shit, it's, these graphics were pretty good in 1985. I'm gonna be sadistic and have another go. So yeah, graphically I think it's fine. In terms of audio, again, it's fine. It's not exactly going to, it's not exactly revolutionary, but then, there was far worse around at the time. In fact, there was far worse that came along much later than this. So yeah, it's good game graphically and in terms of audio. In terms of the gameplay, it's not a bad game at all. So I used to play this a hell of a lot back in the day. The way that it sort of adjusts itself while you're playing to make sure that the challenge is always more or less the same is novel. It's also irritating because it means that, doesn't matter how well decked out you are going to still find it tough going sometimes. That said, the difficulty level is not as ridiculous as it started to get in games like, Gradius 2, which was horrendous, and Gradius 3, well, I'll cover that a bit later. I'll cover that probably in the next video. But, oh, fucking hell, that's using this fucking, analog controller again. So, well, you can see that it's not as chaotic here now, but that's because I've got no fucking firepower. So anyway, there's a demonstration of the sort of adjustable difficulty. So it means that, yeah, as I say, the difficulty is relatively tricky all the time, but at least it wasn't ridiculously difficult. Because there are some parts of games like Gradius 2 and 3 and 4 where the stage where I'm trying to get through all those Easter Island heads, that would probably be stage 1. Fucking hell, I actually destroyed that. It didn't self-destruct. Can't believe I fucking managed to do that. Mind you, I've missed every single one of those fucking swarms there. So I'm not fucking hitting nothing. Okay, right, so I've got the laser now that it's a bit late. I need 3 more for the first multiple. So anyway, how do I score it? Challenging, without being outrageously difficult like many of its sequels. I'm not including Salamander as one of its sequels, largely because it seems as though Konami are not doing that. They almost seem to be treating Salamander as a separate game, even though Salamander was advertised as a sequel to Nemesis or Gradius. Well, you can tell just by looking at it. And also, during the track mode on Vulcan Venture, it even says, you know, it mentions Salamander as the first sequel. So, yeah, I was never going to get through that fucking lot. I can't complain. I've managed to get to level 3 and show you that, which is more than I thought I would do. So, yeah, I've already done what I expected to do on this video. In fact, I've surpassed what I expected to do on this video. So I'll score this game 7 out of 10. It's good. It's not, you know, phenomenal, but it's good. Yeah, I can't really add any more to that. It's a good game. It's not magnificent, it's not you know, revolutionary, but it is good. So there we go, that is Gradius, or Nemesis, whatever you want to call it. 7 out of 10. That brings this video to an end, and we will see you at the next one.